Hello, and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We talk everything animation here, including Steven Universe Future, which we'll be talking about today. I'm your host, Bonilla, and I'm joined by Sam Quattro.
Hello.
Michelle Anderer.
Hello.
And Sarah Potter.
Hello.
You can find more about this podcast at overlyanimated.com, including our previous Steven Universe the movie coverage and the coverage of the show formerly known as Steven Universe. You can subscribe to us on iTunes at overlyanimated.com/iTunes or on YouTube at youtube.com/overlyanimated, wherever you listen to us. We always appreciate any ratings and reviews you want to leave us. But yeah, the reason that I have introduced this show as Steven Universe Future is because today we had a panel of New York Comic Con from the crew of Steven Universe, and they announced that what we thought was going to be an announcement of a new season was framed more as a epilogue limited series titled Steven Universe Future. So it's a bit of a very specific branding that we got news about today. And that was accompanied by the release of about a 25-second opening sequence. So we get a new opening sequence to dissect here. So there's a lot of news and stuff to really digest here. Obviously not a lot in terms of time, but just in terms of impact and a bunch of new images that have been thrown our way. So we're here to give a quick reaction about the latest in Steven Universe Future news. Sam, let's go to you first. How are you feeling after today with regards to the future?
I feel like I should be more excited than I am. I don't know, it's a new intro. I don't know, I'm kind of waiting to see what this is going to be like. I kind of figured that, I guess, quote-unquote, Season 6 was going to be, more, oh yeah, now here we are in the future, just solve
well, we are in the future
problems.
We are in the future, Sam. You're right there.
Yeah, I'm I don't know, what do you call it? Branding it as this limited series, it gives it more of an air of, prestige and, epicness that I feel is a little bit undeserved.
Why?
I don't know. Because, it just... we're just doing it. Why not? Why does it have to be, a special limited series called Steven Universe Future? Why not just be Steven Universe Season 6? Just take place, 2-3 years afterwards. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not too big on the whole rebranding of the show. I think it's kind of, but it wasn't my decision, so I don't really have a say in that. That's what I think. The intro, I'm gonna miss We Are the Crystal Gems. That's it.
Oh. Well, okay. So I sense a skepticism that this will differentiate itself enough to be a rebranding. That's what I'm getting out of that from you, Sam. Am I right?
Thank you. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Michelle, your reactions to today.
I'm excited. I hadn't seen any of this, so I didn't really know what they were gonna do. I'm mostly just excited that Jasper is going to be in it, but I'm a little sad that she's clearly still very evil, but that's fine. I'll take her in any form. It looks like we're going to be seeing a lot more of gems we don't really know that well, who were barely a thing for a hot second in Rose's Fountain and the very end of Change Your Mind. So that's cool. And maybe diamond stuff too, which I was not expecting. Also, Spinel's there, which I assumed we'd never see her again. She'd be a movie exclusive. So that's pretty cool. To Sam's thing, I get where you're coming from. It's why is it future? Why are they all older?
That's exactly
what is this? Why is it not Season 6? I think that's all very fair, given you didn't know what was coming. I don't think I can tell you the reason that this is the way it is, but there's a very specific reason.
Oh my God, Michelle, I can't believe
there's a very specific reason.
You can't delve into company secrets with me.
Yeah, no, not yet. Podcast. Maybe when it's done.
Okay.
But I mean, like, I get where you're coming from. They're not trying to like. I think I can at least like. They're not trying to be like ew or fancy for no reason.
But
it's
like
just,
there's intent behind it.
There's a very specific intent. It's probably not the one you're anticipating, but it is an intent.
I don't like that.
I mean,
is that really weird?
I mean, yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm excited to see people who are older. Like I was actually kind of a little surprised Sadie wasn't in the the group shot because Lars is, and then you only see her at like a table in the other shot, and I think she's like hooked up with some guy who's not Lars, and I'm very curious about that. So, I mean, honestly, I feel like there are a lot of things in this promo that we're getting that I'm curious where they're gonna go. And like everyone's older now, so
that's how time works, yes.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, nobody's a kid anymore, and maybe that's significant to the stuff they're gonna deal with.
Oh my god!
But was Onion ever a kid though?
Is Onion the same size? I think he might be the same size.
He looks exactly.
Well, that's because he's like secretly not really human. But we all knew that, so
Onion
it's not
is
a
an
surprise.
immortal being. That's my theory of why Onion stays the same.
I agree. I mean, yeah, because like look at freaking Petey in the background. Like he's got legs and a neck too, but Onion.
I'm sorry. We should have done this. I'm sorry. Can we like not talk about Onion ever again?
No, let's spend like 10 more minutes on like what Onion's purpose in the Steven Universe Future series is, please.
I think anything in the actual promo is fair game to talk about, Sarah.
I mean, Onion's there, but I don't want to talk about him.
Okay, Sarah, what do you want to talk about?
What? Alex, why are you mad at me? I'm literally here to talk.
Okay, but you came out very strongly against poor Onion. He did nothing to you, so,
He's to me. How could you say that? Every episode he is evil. Like, it's mean to me. It's targeted.
Wow. Fine.
Oh my god, what is up with all this Onion hate? I don't
know,
like
right?
it.
This is terrible. But anyway, Sarah,
what did Onion ever do to you?
Besides your pervasive hatred for Onion, what other major reactions did you have after today?
My biggest reaction, I think, is kind of like the reaction kind of Michelle and Sam, like, they had different like takes on, but like the biggest reaction is to like this being definitely an epilogue, definitely not the same. It's supposed to be something different, and I'm always kind of skeptical of not this being an epilogue, but of like these name changes. Like Young Justice did this, where it's like Young Justice Invasion, Young Justice Outsiders, because it's like you're adding a little like thing on there to like be like, oh, this is a different thing now. And it's just like, okay, I'm still just going to call it Steven Universe. I don't care what you're calling it now. This is an epilogue to Steven Universe, but I'm still going to call it Steven Universe because I don't want to say a 3-word name. And I believe them that this is like different. And it's just like, I don't know. I think this is just like an English problem for me where it's like, I can't not just say Steven Universe. It's just so much easier. But the animation is like, I'm really excited by it. Like, it seems like the opening is, like, I don't want to say smoother, but it seems like it seems like the production value on it's a lot higher than the original. Like, there's so many characters, there's so much stuff happening. There's this spinning shot. Like, I think the music I'm a lot less high on, but that's also because the first song was like we had 5 seasons with it. This one we had like 1 day with it. Like we saw it in the movie, but like this is the opening version. It's a little different. But like I just like this. I like everything we see here. I think I enjoy that everyone's happy and together, and I don't know, there's a lot of stuff packed into this. I'm excited to see what we get in this season now from this opening, which I guess is the point of an opening. I'm really excited to see what we get.
Yeah, that's a good point. That like on top of this being a new opening sequence, but it also does serve kind of like a teaser for the new season at the same time. So it's kind of serving the dual purposes here. And I will say that this was a very exciting moment for me. I mean, just thinking about the fact that for years and years, we were like, when are we going to get a new opening sequence?
Yeah.
Like, when are we going to like incorporate all the new characters that we've like elevated? And we're finally at a place where that exists now. We finally got Lapis and Peridot and Bismuth as kind of like featured characters. Like they show up from the beginning of the intro. Like, it's like, wow, it took us this long, but we finally got there. So there's something special to that.
Does it feel weird to you that it took Bismuth like 5 episodes to get in the opening, but it took Paragon Lapis like 3 seasons to get in there? Like, it feels weird to me, honestly.
Well, and that's kind of what
Maybe
makes
they
me...
didn't have money.
I know,
to spend on the
Sam.
opening.
I know that's why it happened this way. But it's like, it still feels weird that I'm like, oh, I've always wanted Lapis and Paradox to be in the opening because I love them. And then Bismuth shows up for 5 episodes. And I'm like, oh, cool. She's a bigger part of this than I thought she was.
Yeah, but Bismuth just kind of quickly turned into joined as a trio there, but, you know, she's cool.
Bad. I'm just saying it's kind of like they're definitely pushing for, like, this is the B team. Like, they're really pushing that really strongly with the movie and this.
Right. And I think that harkens good omens for Lapis and Paradox usage in this limited series, which I am all for. I hope that they don't get... Which is, like, kind of hard to believe because we're also introducing all these new gems, too. So it's like... how on the end, if we're also calling it a limited series, so with that wording comes the idea that it could potentially be shorter than a regular season. So it's like, how are we gonna like balance out adding in this new crew in addition to our existing characters? So like that all makes you think like how are we gonna fit it in? But at the same time, it's just it makes me feel very happy to just see the characters all over again and like getting back into beach city-ness after going to Homeworld for an entire arc, and we had the movie and all. So now that it feels like we're kind of going back to that for one last hurrah, like it feels melancholy, but also like nice that we've gotten this far in. So I was happy with the opening sequence and with the news. It's obviously sad that Steven Universe is ending, but I do think that there is a potential, like with the way that they're deciding to shake it up, with like staying in the time skip and constraining themselves to a couple of episodes. Like I think there can be something different to come out of that. So I'm excited for sure. But yeah, so I guess we can talk a little bit about breaking down the little stuff in the trailer that stands out to you guys. I don't know, Michelle, you mentioned Jasper in your opening remarks, so I guess we can start with with the shot of quote villains, at least like the one point in the sequence we have of antagonists is this group, which includes Jasper. We've got an aquamarine looking person with kind of like red on their left side. We got a Cactus Steven monstrosity.
Oh my god, I love the
my
Cactus Steven fusion thing. It's so crazy, but it looks great.
Sarah, did you have thoughts on Cactus Steven?
Oh no, I just love it. It's
Cactus
so
Steven.
It's honestly like this cactus thing being at like at the same level as all the other villains is like kind of the most Steven Universe thing. It's such a silly villain, but I don't know, I like it a lot.
It's like, what's the evil version of a watermelon? A cactus,
yeah,
of course!
Yeah, exactly.
Let's put more heads on it. Now it's really intimidating.
And now it's pointy, too.
Yeah, now stab people.
Wait, Michelle, does it mean sad people are pointy? Is that what you're saying?
No, stab people with the pointy things.
I'm sorry. I misheard you. Never mind.
Well, now I'm imagining somebody stabbing you with a cactus. That's an odd picture.
I've stepped on many cactuses.
It's not fun.
It's not fun at all.
No.
Don't do it.
Yeah, good public service announcement. Don't step on cacti. We also got 2 lapises in the corner. They seem like pretty shadowy. We got something that looks like a diamond, but probably isn't a diamond, or maybe is a diamond.
Its head shape is it's the exact same head shape as White Diamond.
And it has like a flowy cape thing like she has too.
It's very, but it's not like, I don't think it's just the style like of this shot. I think it's supposed to not look white, like the color white. Like it looks reddish and pinkish.
Yeah, it looks pink to me, but it really, really looks like White Diamond. So what does that mean? Does she have like an evil twin sister, or does she get like turned pink and evil? I don't know, but I'm curious.
Sam, do you have any theories on who this is?
No.
No.
It's a lady.
Again, seeing theories that this is like the cluster like realized because it's like kind of the same general color as the cluster, but I don't think I buy that.
Okay.
I feel like the cluster was like multicolored though. It had like
well, no, that's
green
what they said. Like
and
that's what
blue
people say. Like, but
and
the general like
yellow.
average color tone of the cluster was like this pinkish color.
I don't know if that's true.
I'm looking at pictures on Twitter, Michelle. And people are comparing it. I'm like, I kind of see it, but I'm also just like, I'm just sharing what people on Twitter are saying.
Right. I mean, but I will point out the cluster is very much on Steven's side. Like,
I agree, Michelle.
Into a giant
I don't agree with this, but it's like, why is White Diamond evil again? Like, it feels really weird to me that she's at the beginning of this opening, like happy and with the team, and then later.
I feel like that's meant to throw us off. This is why I'm like, does she have a doppelganger? Is this her tether, basically, that we're seeing right now?
Mom?
Oh, well, everyone does always ask, like, who made the diamond? So, like, maybe this is the alpha. Yeah.
Yeah, this is God, I guess.
Oh my God.
That'd actually be really interesting because it's like Steven convinced everyone else, but these handful of people, and it makes sense that like the ultimate higher up would be like the least likely to be swayed by Steven. So yeah, maybe it is like the mom.
A series finale. Steven faces God. Is that really what we're?
Yeah,
we're
why not?
All right. And finally, we have this large creature in the background. I had it written as Godzilla. I'm not really sure how else you describe it.
It's like a really big evil centipede, but I mean centipedes are evil already. It's a big evil centipede.
Okay, here's my question though. What if we're just seeing it from the neck up and it's really like a dragon or something?
Oh, that'd be cool.
I would love it if it just has like a big beefy neck and then arms underneath. You know?
I was gonna say, Michelle, that's just a neck. That's a really long neck.
Steven has a neck.
I hope it is a neck.
This thing has a neck. This is the
season
of
it's
the
the ultimate neck. Maybe Steven will grow up to be that strong.
Yeah. Well, maybe necks are the theme of Steven Universe Future. Like, it's all about necks. Like you said, Petey has a neck now, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Yellow Diamond's neck gets bigger.
Maybe. That would be pretty great.
I just realized that, like, this season they made, like, later than the other one, so they know a little more about the fandom memes, and I'm wondering if they'll, like, ever mention anything like that ever.
No thanks.
I will say I love Jasper's new outfit. She always looks great.
Her hair just keeps getting bigger.
I know, it's so awesome. And she's got like these spandex pants on, and oh man, go Jasper. I hope you win and don't.
Jasper.
I hope you come around.
Jasper looks like she's ready for spin.
I know. Honestly, she looks like a jack-o'-lantern. Like everyone's has this light glowing inside of them that doesn't quite make sense to me. But I know it's just for like the effect of trying to make them more menacing. But they do kind of have jack-o'-lantern face going on.
But they all do. But then like the evil neck dude has just like red eyes. He just has like glowy eyes.
Like, he's special. He's a dragon. It's different.
Maybe that's God.
Maybe the doppelganger White Diamond's red herring and the dragon's the real mom.
Did we mention the lapises?
We did briefly. Did you have any extra thoughts on dark lapises?
No, just
They're
that
her sister.
They're there.
They're there, and they have the old lapis outfits, which is interesting.
Yeah.
The original ones. So I mean, like
their hair is really different and their gem placement. It's like thing different.
Yeah, but they're still lapis, and I'm interested to see this. Maybe we see maybe them terraforming something. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah. Also, I want to say I think that aquamarine might be ours because she has her gem as a teardrop on her cheek, the same way the normal aquamarine did. So maybe she honestly just has a makeover and she put on a little suit.
Yeah.
For fun.
It would be interesting to see some of the gems. I mean, obviously we're seeing some of them here, but it would be interesting to see Aquamarine's take on I want the old status quo. That'd be interesting. I mean, there definitely would be people the people in power would have been the people that have been I liked the status quo. I liked where we were.
I'm sure you see Jasper's such a good contender for that, right? Because that's the reason it was so hard for her to switch sides. It's just she actively benefited a lot from the old system, and it makes sense she wouldn't want to let that go. The cactuses, maybe Jasper made the Steven cactus, honestly. She's been wandering around for a while. I think maybe she's been up to some experiments.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what has Jasper been doing for like the past like 3 seasons?
Growing her hair. Look at it. She grew her hair.
That's
that
it.
too.
That's it.
The hair.
But Michelle, like you mentioned that Jasper also like has this like she had a lot of power in the old status quo. But I think the interesting thing is Aquamarine and Jasper are like kind of like interesting because Aquamarine had this like power like she was powerful in the structure, but didn't seem to be like as enamored with the diamonds. Where Jasper seemed super enamored with Yellow Diamond. Mm-hmm. And I think that's going to be interesting to see how Jasper like reconciles that, like how she works through that, where she's like, I liked where I was, but Yellow Diamond isn't doing that anymore. Like how, like that might be like an interesting struggle within her we see.
Well, that's true, right? Like that's the impression we kind of got from the end of Change Your Mind, because Jasper starts to move to Steven to punch him in the face, and then she kind of has a moment and looks around, sees little diamonds, and just kind of is like, "What?" And she doesn't do anything. So I
Yellow
think
Diamond
she's
specifically
fine,
like stares at her.
but I guess she's not fine. She still has more to deal with, and that's okay because I missed you, Jas. Welcome back to my heart.
All right.
Is it finally time for Jasper redemption then?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't. I hope so, but it would really have to be in a way that made sense of her character, and maybe it could happen. I'd like it to happen. I just don't want her to die, you know?
Well, I mean, is anybody gonna die in this show?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I mean, Lars died and we liked him.
Okay, but
I think Lars just died.
He died for 5 minutes.
It still counts. It's still a death.
So, Sam, do you have any Jasper thoughts? Are you happy to see her? Don't care? How are you
I don't
feeling?
care.
Okay.
When you bring Justin on, he'd be excited with
Wow.
Were you ever a Jasper fan? I'm just curious.
Not really.
No? Okay.
Fair.
I will just say with regards to the Lapises, I would also be interested to see if, I mean, we've always been talking about, like, are we ever going to get more Lapis backstory than we've gotten since, like, early Lapis episodes were, like, so, she was so cagey. So, but, like, now that she's kind of more open with them, like, it feels like a good time if we're ever going to do that. And maybe seeing other coworkers from her past will finally open up that door. Who knows? Or at the very least, just, like, seeing the contrast between our Lapis and their Lapises. That might be a good time. I really enjoyed Latter Day Lapis in terms of, like, giving her finally comedy stuff to do now that she's, like, happy Lapis. So, I'm excited to see them bounce around.
She's really happy in this trailer. In this opening. I really love it.
It's quite joyous to see Lapis fully freed.
I mean, like, it has been, like, multiple seasons since, like, she's been, like, really depressed. But, like, I don't know. It's still really nice to see her just clearly happy with what's going on.
Yeah. Let's see here. I guess we can go back to the beginning of this trailer, which opens with like, you know, kind of sort of like weird.
No, it says.
Oh wait, what?
No, it starts with here.
Oh, here.
No,
okay.
it starts with...
Is it? Am I wrong, Sam?
Yes, you are.
Am I? I listened to it like 5 hours ago. My defense, I listened to it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I think it's we, and then it like transitions to R in the future, right?
R in the future.
Oh,
yeah.
Never mind. I'm dumb.
Well, they were expecting you to assume it was the status quo, so that's just them doing a good job, Sarah.
Yeah.
And so we start with the main cast of Steven, Amethyst, Pearl, Garnet, but also paired up Lapis and Bismuth are there. But then we zoom out and we get like this whole, like, Steven, like, with his arms to the air, we got like a bunch of like little characters all over the place. We got the diamonds in the back, we got the off colors. The off colors have not appeared in forever, so I guess they'll be around. Yeah, they're here. We got Nephrite and her crew. Nephrite, Centipedal, formerly known as Centipedal. Yeah. So I guess she'll be around. We got Spinel on Yellow Diamond's shoulder, so she might be around. We have a couple of the healed gems that we have not gotten to know yet. So that already, like, it's 2 seconds. It's already like, wow, this is a lot of people in a show. Anybody in this opening crew that you were excited to see again?
Centipedal.
Yeah, Centipedel's fun. I think honestly, like the bigger thing is people that aren't here, which is because like we get the diamonds, but we don't get their pearls, which is interesting because it felt like the pearls would be more important than the corrupted gems, like on the left side. Like at least we'd see them there, or maybe they'd be on like the diamond shoulder, but they're not here, and so that just means like clearly the like corrupted gems on the left there must be important because we haven't met them yet. Like I'm curious if that's like we're gonna be going to a new homeworld and like talking about like how these people live with this idea of like they're different now and like and learning to move forward. Like that might be like what we're doing.
Yeah, that's true. Like dealing with their post-corrupted selves might be something to. I'm not sure. Do we know if these are like actually their original forms or they were affected?
We
at all
don't.
by
I'm
it? We don't know?
I'm assuming they're corrupted just because they have like that same general look as the corrupted gems, like the horns and like
I think the horns are the main thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the horns and like and there's the mottled-ish kind of coloring.
Yeah, I guess like with Jasper, like before she didn't have really the horns things, but now I guess she does. So I can see that. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. And yeah, Nephrites are back. I mean, we got Centipedal and her whole arc with getting healed, and now once she was healed, we didn't really see her. So maybe see her in full form would be nice. We move on and we get them running. Just Steven and the Crystal Gems running in a path with the little homeworld in the distance. And here's where they do like the turning shots, which is similar to the shots that we've seen in the movie and in Change Your Mind. So that's pretty nice. On Twitter, I saw that somebody confirmed that Takafumi Hori worked on the intro as well. So
of course he did.
Yeah,
of course he did.
He can't get enough of this beautiful franchise, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, so I think that shot in particular is his handiwork. Then we get the villain shot. We get also Steven. He has the black shirt, which harkens back to what Greg used to wear when he was a young
Greg
musician.
shirt. So I love that. Greg doesn't get a lot of moments for us to be like, oh yeah, that's Steven's dad. They're related. They're family. But that's a really nice way to do it. He has his dad's old shirt.
Yeah, and also like when we get to like the part where they're driving through the town, like Greg is just there with groceries and just like like that's my son. It was like everybody else was waving along. Steven drives, which is
I don't like that.
He said 13.
Oh, I didn't even notice that he's not driving.
Sam, why don't you like that?
Alright, so I get that he's like 16 or whatever now, but okay. This boy has never been to school as far as
yeah,
you know.
He has not.
Did he take driver's ed?
Yeah,
Does he have a birth
Pearl.
certificate
Sam,
to the
Pearl
DMV?
can drive. She probably taught him, or
Pearl
Greg.
also doesn't have a driver's license.
They know how. They know how still.
Here's the bigger thing. Is Steven even in the system? Does he even like have the does he even have like a social security number? Does he even have like does he even know the laws of like the world? Like the general like laws that
so somebody's gonna pull him over and he's gonna be like, oh, and then he's gonna go to jail.
Like I'm pretty sure Steven's a celebrity in Beach City and no one's gonna put Steven in jail after saving the world, you know? I feel like he's got that street cred in his favor.
He has a car though. What if he goes anywhere else and a cop like pulls him over?
You gotta be careful. The car's for local driving and Lion is for long distance. Problem solved.
Oh my god. I also love that Connie's just not in the car. She's like, no, I got a Lion.
She's too cool.
Yeah, Connie has truly just adopted Lion. Like, Steven has no use for Lion anymore.
She's got the story, she's got Lion, she's got everything she needs.
That whole discussion reminded me of like the old times where we'd be like, "Is Steven a U.S. citizen?" Like, I feel like we've had that discussion on this podcast before.
Has he ever been to the doctor? Does he have health insurance?
But see, like,
what's going on?
I think those questions didn't mean anything until now when he's driving a car. Like, it didn't actually matter because he wasn't actually doing anything like law-wise. Like, but now he's driving a car that has actual like rules.
He could kill somebody.
Yeah,
look at everyone else driving. We gotta believe in Steven. Come on, guys.
I don't even believe in myself enough
but
to drive.
I have car insurance.
Well, look, Steven is the only driver on the highway who can heal whoever he runs over, so it's fine.
That's not a good...
See, Beach City knows about Steven. They trust him, and we should trust his driving abilities too.
Look, Garnet trusts him so much. She's like
she's not
sitting
even
on
wearing a
top of the
seatbelt.
car.
She trusts him that much.
She is a rock. She doesn't need a seatbelt. What happens when a rock goes, like, I don't know, through a windshield? It's fine. It doesn't matter. It's a rock.
Wow.
I'm not gonna comment.
And just also we have Paradox skating around on her floating garbage can lid, so that's nice. That's cute. So here in the Beach City shot, it was briefly mentioned, Sadie has got like a ponytail and like exercise gear, I guess, and she's sitting next to a person next to her. Yeah, anybody else have any thoughts or wanna make some crack?
Her new beau.
That's her new boo. Yeah,
Okay.
she traded up. It's new guy time. I'm very curious. I mean, it did seem like Sadie and Lars really, honestly, might not be together by the end of Change Your Mind, and I think that's like actually kind of great.
Okay,
decision.
Lars is like immortal now, so like.
Yeah,
who wants that?
I mean, maybe that's part of it too. Maybe they had a conversation. Also, they just haven't seen each other in so long, and they've grown and changed in each other's absence, and that happens in life too. So I'm curious about this new guy. I like want to see what their relationship is. You know, he seems happy. He's like cheering in that screenshot. He seems fun.
I think honestly, the biggest thing is I think Lars has decided he's moved past Sadie. Like I think that will be the thing we learn, that Lars is just like I think Lars was putting a lot of things on Sadie that he thought he needed to change about himself. You know what I mean? And in space, he changed. He became a person I think he's more happy with. And now he realized that his feelings for Sadie were different than they were before. And I don't think they're not going to be friends. I think they're still going to be friends, but I think they've just moved past it. I think I agree, Michelle. Because I mean, like, he's with his parents and he seems happy with them, which is very different than what we saw when we last saw them together. Like, they're just really happy together.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think like Sadie's also, you know, become kind of a rock star, which is her own.
I'm not saying like Sadie.
Like they were undergoing those in different ways, kind of in the same general time period.
I'm not saying like Sadie hasn't changed. I'm just saying that to me, it feels like just based on what we've seen about them, like Sadie won't be the one to initiate this conversation. Like I think that we've just moved apart. Like it feels like Lars at this point in his character development, like needs to be the one to be like, yeah, like I'm sorry, like we should. I'm sorry about this. Like, it feels like it should come from him just based on, like, how this, like, relationship has moved.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, watch us be totally wrong and have this be, like, a short break they're taking to figure their teen stuff out, and then at the end of the show, they come together. I don't know. I'm curious.
They have a really complex relationship.
They do.
Like, I mean, they're really complex people, and they're just, like, side characters.
Yeah, and like, look, at the end of the day, Lars just came back with his face. He wants to spend time with his parents, you know? Like,
but I mean, it was years ago. Like, has he just been on Earth now? Is he just... How does... Okay, I won't go into the law thing again, but he's immortal. How does that work, like, in the world now that he's immortal? He has to deal with that.
Well, I mean, I guess, but also he didn't die on Earth. He died in Homeworld, so it's not like he ever really died in the eyes of Earthdom.
But he's pink. He's pink, and he knows he's never going to age anymore, it seems like.
Yeah. Well, once he gets to, like, 110, then people will be like, what's going on? Like, I think that's...
the last question's a little before then.
Nah. Well, maybe. The one final thing I did mention, Petey is a little older. We need more Petey in the show. Petey has not existed since like season 1, except for like little cameos here and there. Like, we could totally do an older even more jaded Petey.
Yeah,
episode.
even more jaded.
How is that possible?
Oh, I bet it's possible. I want to see it for sure. I miss Petey. He's wonderful.
Yeah, like bring back the bits.
Yeah.
Well, like,
and Ronaldo looks exactly the same.
Well, yeah, I don't. The teens all look the same.
Didn't you know that, like, when 2 years pass and you're a teenager, you don't change?
Yeah,
as much.
Definitely.
That's true.
That's definitely I remember teenage years being the time I was most like solid in my like identity and how I presented. Like nothing changed for years.
How old is Ronaldo exactly?
He's like 16 at the beginning of the
I
series.
would say like
Is he?
late teens, yeah.
Okay.
He's at least 16, maybe a little older, but still, like 16 to like 20 something is like you change your like presentation like
Yeah.
every days. It seems like.
Yeah, but PD is the only one who's matured, both physically and emotionally. So
I mean,
we need more PD, and also like Steven is older and like kind of more jaded-ish. So like it'd be different than season 1 Steven and season 1 PD interaction. So that would just be something. And also like we got some gems hanging out with humans, and that'll also be fun to see. Like we got a gray gem hanging out next to Buck and sour cream, for example. So maybe it's like seeing some cool gems, human interaction. I think there's a gem sleeping on top of the big donut that kind of looks like an asparagus.
Oh yeah, it's so cute. It's got 3 horns on it. I love it.
He's just sleepy,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
like the one. I like the gem that clearly has like a cell phone across from Sadie. Like, okay,
Yeah,
that's funny.
Gems are technology, right? So they learn how to use technology pretty quickly.
Pearl has a cell phone.
Yeah. Pearl figured it out. Pearl is just going to give like Earth technology classes to the gems.
Oh my god! I just realized if any gem has all the gem's phone numbers, it's Pearl. Pearl probably has like a list of phone numbers for every single gem in New Homeworld in case there's any problems.
Yeah, in case there's an emergency, because she's the ultimate mom. Yeah, that's true.
Definitely doing that.
Okay. The final shot here is the show logo that we've got, and they're ending their song, and then Peridot sings late, like "Here we are in the future," like just kind of after everybody's finished singing. And it's
You think Pat Quattro would be the one to do that? I mean,
He should.
Yeah. And Steven is playing his guitar. Greg is barbecuing. It's just the main cast here again in line. Connie is kind of looking at. I'm not sure if she's looking at Steven or just at the moon, but it'd be fun to see more Connie Steven romance stuff. But maybe that's just me stretching there.
I think Connie's just looking at Peridot because Peridot's late. Everyone's looking at Peridot.
I think everyone is looking at Peridot.
Yeah,
like Steven's looking there too.
Yeah, good point. So I guess, yeah. So that is the entire content of the teaser. We have no clue when it is going to air. There was a Gizmodo article that said later this year, but they edited that statement out, so who knows if that was real or not. But in any case, it will come whenever it comes. But until then,
very profound.
Yeah, it'll come in the future.
You can't be wrong with that statement. So
yeah,
I stand by it, Alex.
Like I think that we should only make statements that cannot be proven false. Like only that, nothing else.
Well, like saying it'll come in the future, that's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Anytime
nothing
after me speaking is the future.
Well, but I mean, what if someone listening to this podcast in the future and the show has come out and it's the past?
I don't know. Then they'll just have to loop back around for the Steven Universe reboot.
Yeah, and I'll also be retroactively right.
Well, I mean, like what you have to say is like it'll come out in the future of October 4th, 2019. That's what you have to say.
Yeah, I don't feel like dating all my statements.
That's the only way you can be right.
It's like if I mentioned 2000's technology right now, or 2010's technology, and like by somebody listening to this in 2020 would be like, "What's TikTok?" And like, it's like, I'm needlessly dating things.
Yeah, we mention every single technology to make sure people know.
Yeah.
Remember the iPhone 5? I don't know.
That was so weird.
There's too many iPhones.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, final thoughts on Steven Universe future. Any stuff we didn't talk about, or just general feelings that you want to leave off with, Sam?
No.
Nothing. Okay. All right.
I am a blank slate.
Okay, cool.
Whenever anyone says Steven Universe future, I always imagine Squidward on the floor.
Oh my god. I hate you
It's
so
like,
now I will never not
no, that's the
that.
thing. Anyone our age, it's like we're cursed with that always being the ultimate future symbolism of our generation.
I wasn't thinking that at all until you said that, though.
I also wasn't.
I mean, it's just like anytime. It's just get ready, Sarah. It's gonna happen when we expect it.
How long till MK Atwood makes a video of that? Like,
I mean, I don't know. You should ask her.
like it probably would be like just as soon as someone tells it to her, she remembers it. She'll probably make it like a week, right?
Well, it probably already exists on Twitter, like some bad mashup.
It does exist on Twitter. I've seen a lot of it. I was like, good. I had the same thought. Everyone's my age. I'm so happy.
Well,
I will say, I'm excited. I'm excited about this. I'm also like kind of scared. Because I just feel like it's going to be a different thing. And that's always a risk, but I think it's also important to take risks. So I'm excited to see where it's going to go. I want to see everyone's current relationships. Like, I'm still holding out for Perlmuth's. Even if it never happens, I want to believe that maybe it could. I would love Jaspdemption. I would love to see Peridot and Lapis doing stuff. I want to see more bismuth. The evil villains that are new, I'm curious because, like, I guess I thought that if we were gonna have more Steven, we'd start to focus more on like everyone's current interpersonal relationships and like get into like the nitty gritty of that, because we wouldn't have this overarching plot thing that was more important to tackle first. So the fact that we have more villains, I'm like curious why they decided to do that. Like, I don't want to say like again, but like we've always just like had someone who was a villain and then stopped being a villain mostly. So I'm like, I'm wondering why we have new villains instead of just digging into character stuff, but I'm sure that we'll find out why. So I'm excited. Excited, nervous, but like so ready for whatever this is.
Cool. I just also want to say that the logo kind of looks a bit more blocky than the older logo, and also looks kind of chromy.
Like,
chrome.
What? Chromy? Like
Future.
Future. Yes, you're right. You're right, Alex.
Yeah, because Future is chrome. We just talked about this meme.
Future.
Okay. Sarah, final thoughts?
I'm just excited. I'm surprised no one has like come up with. I'm surprised there isn't any insane theories yet, because that's like what this fandom does. Like, I'm
the
surprised.
cluster thing you mentioned was kind of it was close.
Yeah, okay, true. But I think that's just like
side project in your botany lab. Yes, the cactuses.
okay, yes. Actually, no, you're right. We just had to talk for a few minutes, and we got some crazy stuff.
All right, I have a crazy theory.
Go for it.
Please, Sam, please, I need.
All right, so through whatever sort of gem magic, whatever has been going on in Beast City, they are technically outside of the timeline of the world, so everything just stays the same or stays slower.
Oh, we're
Because of all
like,
the gem stuff, so like it might be like 2498 or something in the real world, but they're still stuck in like 2019.
Oh, that'd be really funny.
That's my Sam theory of the day.
I don't believe that'll happen at all, Sam, but I really want it to, because it's crazy. I would love it.
Yeah, because then like that time when like Greg was making like music from the 1980s, was it actually like 2473 at that point, or?
Yes.
Okay, I actually have a problem with this opening now. Can I say this really, really quick, because I'm upset now.
Wow.
So each shot in order is clearly like it's sunrise to sunset, except for the villain shot, which is nighttime. Like every other shot like goes clearly through the day.
Aw, man.
No,
Do you
I
see
like
this?
that. It's always dark when you got dark, evil thoughts. I mean, that's the curse of being evil, I guess.
But I'm right? Like every other shot like is clearly like a story through a single day, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, totally.
yeah.
And I hadn't noticed that, but you can totally see the sun rise and set and
Yeah.
every.
Alright.
I mean, that's a good thing, because that's like, yeah, the evil villains are causing like a visual disruption to this happy natural day.
Yeah,
And
it visually
that's
makes
really
sense.
cool, actually. Yeah, I like
No.
that.
It visually makes sense. It's just it bothers me from like I want this to be clearly like a single day, but I like it from like, hey, it's morning, it's like late, like maybe like the beginning of afternoon, and then this evil stuff, like it's bright, it's happy, and then the evil stuff happens, and the sun starts setting, and the tones get darker, even though people are still happy. Like I think that's a cool visual tool that they used.
Yeah. Plus, just that ending shot is so beautiful. I love like the really dark blues with like the orange. It's just this show's so pretty.
And I love the new beach house in the background. Like it's just also like I don't know, it just fits really well. Everything.
It's also occurring to me seeing the car by the van. It's like Steven's like mini junior van. You know, he's still a kid. He hasn't graduated to a van like his old man, so he's got a little car for now.
Drive your what's a small car? Drive your sedan into my heart.
Drive your sedan into my heart. Yeah.
No. I will not do
All
that.
right, Sam.
Fine. All right. So that has been our discussion for the Steven Universe future news. You can find out more about our podcast at overlyanimated.com. You can join us on Discord to chat with us about animation at overlyanimated.com/Discord. We do have a Steven Universe Future channel. I said that because it has already been renamed to Steven Universe Future. So feel free to join us to talk about the show there or any other stuff that we talk about on this podcast. You can support us via Patreon at patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thanks to all of our current patrons, especially our patron of the podcast, Ryan, aka Brian. Thanks to our Patreon executive producers, Ryan, Steve, Beatrice, Hugh, Michael, and Needle. Besides Steven Universe, we've also, as mentioned, we recently discussed the movie of Steven Universe. We talked about other shows. Recently we've had Undone, Miraculous Ladybug, Final Space. So we cover a wide variety of shows here on Overly Animated. In the meantime, while new Steven Universe content shows up, you can check out a lot of the other shows, good animated shows that are out there in the meantime. But yeah, until there's more Steven Universe to talk about, we'll be back then. But until then, we'll see you later. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.